Okay, it's time to jump in and try a new mod car for Rfactor 2. Benjamin Exell has released a Nissan Hakosuka, which I've probably said wrong, for Rfactor 2, and that includes a 2000 GTR as well as a Nissan Datsun 240Z. Both cars I have no clue what I like to handle, other than they're I believe they're 1970s GT cars, so they're probably going to weigh an absolute ton and be complete beasts to push around the track. I'm not sure what they're like with engine power or handling characteristics or anything, so this should be interesting to say the least. As we load Lime Rock Park, the bog standard layout, nice and simple, a good track to first take a car on, very predictable track, no surprises in it, as we get waved out of the pit by the guy in the perfectly white and clean uniform. I think it looks like he's playing a guitar. Now, first of all, I'm going to make sure all the assists are off. This is a fresh install of Rfactor 2, so I don't know if anything goes on by default. Off. I do like how the F keys control all the assists, and so you can just go through them all in the game as you're playing. A lot of games you have to fiddle through the menus. Off. Actually, it'd be really interesting finding someone that's never played a driving sim and see what assists actually help them. Pit lane, off. Screen save, there we go, that's the last one. Okay, I set the gearbox up and I'm using the default car setup and the default G25 settings in the menu. And as for graphics, 2x AA and everything else is on max. No FXAA, and that's it. That's pretty much everything. Okay, it feels like an absolute tank. It's glued to the road. It feels quite nice, actually. It really does feel like a really heavy car. Absolute beast. I guess in the 70s they made the cars out of lead and a bit of plutonium and whatever else they could stick in them to make them heavy. It seems to go where you point it, though. Probably doesn't even have seat belts. Probably didn't care about safety. I'm probably not even wearing a helmet. It doesn't care. He's probably smoking a cigar. It definitely seems really stuck to the road. I don't know if that's because it's got big tyres or if it's just because it weighs an absolute ton. This should be interesting. Okay, well, I completely bodged that up, but the car stayed completely stable. It was happy with me bodging it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing any heel and toe in because I'm wearing socks and I'm using G25 pedals that aren't modified at all. I really need to get some decent pedals one day. I'm not sure how fast you can take this. Oh, it really is stuck to the road. It didn't even lift off the air there as well, which is cool because a lot of cars in Rfactor 2. Okay, that's too fast for that corner. Oh, totally fine. A lot of the cars in Rfactor 2, the faster cars, seem to launch a bit in the air. That went over that bump just as I'd expect this or any car to do. Okay, do one more cleanish lap. It seems really controllable, actually. It's really progressive. This would be a really good car for someone that's newish to sim racing, because it's really slow in how it's moving, but it's a bit like the skip barber in terms of if you lift off going around a corner, the back end comes out really progressively, and it's really telling me what the car's doing, so there's no real surprises in it. And I think to drive a fast lap, it's on this track at least with this car, it's one of those cars where it's all about just being really smooth and not sliding at all. Something I don't like doing. I like sliding all over the place, but that's because I've got a bit of a drift fetish. That's really fourth and fifth is a bit ambiguous. Oh, here we go. Got a different engine, which probably got more power. I should have just done that from the get-go. That was stupid of me. Let's try that. Make sure it's set. Actually, it's hard to know if that... Okay, that's set. Accept, go. This is probably going to have like 10 times the power and be exactly what I was asking for. If you don't look, you don't know. We did say in the mod file there's 2 types of car, so it's basically my fault for being a moron. Nothing different there. Here we go. Lock Drummond long layout. Already seems faster. Ooh, we're airborne. Oh, that's better already. Bit more power. Can never have too much power. Oh, that's better. So you definitely need the power to do more enjoyable slides. Oops. Oh, that was cool actually. It got caught on the curbing. It was actually really nice how it threw me off the road. Totally deserved it. It's still bogging down a bit, the engine, but this one seems a lot better than the first one. Oh, look at that, you can do it on the power, fantastic. Supposed to do a clean lap first, but I just can't help myself. Need to work out where the brake point is for that. The force feedback's a lot better when you've got the more power, because you can just feel what the car's doing more for some reason. This is pretty awesome actually. Oh no, I've just done the exact same thing twice. Didn't bin it that time. This car with a servo wheel would absolutely blow your pants off. So fun to slide around a corner. Reminds me of those really old Murray Walker videos. If you go on YouTube and just type in 1960s, 1970s British touring car racing and just watch them, they're absolutely ridiculous. There's people driving minis through the really old British tracks. You just have hay bales at the side. Side by side, absolute carnage racing with Murray Walker screaming over the top of it. Oh, that was depressing. Well, this is really nice. Unfortunately, it makes me want to keep wanting to drift here rather than drive smooth. Such a child. I hope someone runs a league with this, because it's, especially with the faster version of the car, can imagine everyone bumping into each other because the braking distances are really long. It actually reminds me of the cars in Next Car Game. Obviously the physics are a little bit more believable in this, but just the way it's sliding around on the power. Great fun. This track's a really good track for this car actually, it's got really nice cambered wide corners that you can just power on through. I think this is a fictional track, I'll have to double check, but pretty sure it's a fictional track, I've never heard of it. From my personal experience of Scotland, I don't remember the hills looking that big in the distance. There are places in Scotland though where obviously you've got Ben Nevis and stuff, so maybe this track's supposed to be right in the hilly part that I've not been to. Oh no, that was so dodgy. Tell you what, this would be an absolute beast to do in endurance racing. Okay, I'm going to stop this video, otherwise I'm going to be driving for an hour and a half, just drifting around, not doing any clean laps. But if you've got Rfactor 2, definitely download this because it's really good fun. Force feedback seems fantastic. Physics of the car seem fantastic. It seems like as good, if not better, than any of the stock cars in Rfactor 2. I've forgotten the name of the guy that made the mod, but I'll put the link to the car at the bottom of the video. Really good job. GamerMuscle approved mod car. In fact, everything that's coming out now is bloody fantastic. I don't know what's happened. It's like 2014's the renaissance of driving simulators, Oculus Rift, and potentially a sub $1,500 servo wheel in the future. You can hear the tyres on the dirt. That's awesome. So yeah, this is fantastic. Download it straight away. And if you don't have Rfactor 2, remember to download the demo and give it a try. And they do change the demo car every now and again, so it's always worth checking the website. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.